So you think you got troubles 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Good morning, my love.
Morning. I was just having the most wonderful dream that you asked me to marry you.
Oh, yeah? How did it end?
I don't know, because you woke me up before I could answer.
Well, what do you think you were going to say?
I don't know. Probably yes.
Well, you're awake now. This isn't a dream. What would you say? Okay, you know, when I came back to Monacell and I met you and I found out what you had done, I never thought I'd say this, but God, I love you. Where is everybody? Oh, I get it. Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Skyler Whitney. Who's this?
Skyler, it's Mike Carr. I'm sorry to call you so early, but I thought it would be the best time to catch you in.
Well, hello, Mike. What can I do for the district attorney this hour in the morning?
There's a certain legal matter we'd like to discuss with you. Do you plan to be home for the next hour or so?
Yeah, well, considering I haven't gotten out of bed yet, that'll be a safe guess. What's this all about, Mike?
It would be easier to explain in person.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll even have a cup of coffee waiting for you when you come over.
Well, that's very nice of you, but not necessary.
No, that's all right. I'm in a magnanimous mood this morning.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you in about an hour. Goodbye. I just made the appointment with Whitney. I was deliberately vague about the purpose of the visit.
Good. I've done my part. I got the search warrant. Now let's go find out just what's in that mysterious wall safe.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers dryness. And by Mild Ivory Liquid. It helps hands stay young-looking.
I'm 30 years old.
So am I.
Now, one of these skiers isn't 30. She's 44-year-old Barbara Gould, mother of 3. Can you tell who's who? Take a good look. Now, look at their hands. Even they don't give us a clue. Her secret, she cares for her hands, and part of that care is Mild Ivory Liquid.
Doing lots of dishes, I wouldn't put my hands into anything but Mild Ivory Liquid. I love those rich suds because they help my hands stay young-looking and get the dishes really clean.
Still can't tell who's who, huh?
Mom, come on. You gave me away. Yes, I'm the 44-year-old. I like my hands to look young, and Ivory Liquid really helps.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps your hands stay young-looking.
I'm financial supervisor of the Watson family. My job's to keep costs down. Your 3 minutes are up, madam. Not easy. Because I want what's right for my family. And that means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers helps keep my Billy a lot drier. And dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute. Slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Ring, ring. It's for you, Billy.
Tell him to call back. I've got to change him.
Pampers.
They help keep him a lot drier.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Oh, I'd say the lawbreakers of Monticello better watch out today.
Yeah, why is that, Sid?
From the looks of you two this morning, you plan to show no mercy.
Maybe we'll feel better after we've had some breakfast. We leave that up to you, Sid.
You name it, we cook it.
Well, I think I'll start off with some orange juice, scrambled eggs, and a side order of toast and some butter. I'll have a cup of tea also.
Really? Well, I'll try the same, except holy orange juice, no scrambled eggs, and no butter.
Hey, you're not going to feel any better on a breakfast like that.
Yeah, well, I don't think I want to feel any better. I think I'll just be hungry and mean and give those lawbreakers just what they deserve.
Whatever you say, Tiger.
Come on, Calvin, don't be so down. Look, we both knew there was only a small chance that we could prove there was any connection between Bulmer and Loomis.
You know, if we can't prove they knew each other, or even met for that matter, how are we going to prove they colluded to kill Troy Bannister?
Look, we did our best. That's all we can do sometimes.
Anyway, wait a minute. What is this? You're the one who's been walking around all morning with your chin on the ground.
Yeah, I felt better in my life.
I think I know what did it, too. It's running into Poppy last night, right?
That was a real shock, all right.
Tyler, you really didn't know she was working in that joint?
No, I didn't have any idea. I assumed that once Eddie bought into Sid's place, that Poppy would find herself another secretarial job someplace. There she was last night in that crummy gin mill.
Yeah, well, just maybe, my friend, secretarial jobs aren't that easy to come by.
I know exactly why she took that work. I told her last night she is deliberately trying to degrade herself.
Oh, come on, Damien. Why would she do something like that?
Because she's trying to prove something to herself. And to me. She's trying to crawl back into the gutter so she can show everybody that that's where she really belongs.
Tyler, did it ever cross your mind for 1 minute that maybe this was a matter of necessity?
I just wish that I'd never seen her. I felt that I was doing a really good job of getting Poppy out of my system until last night.
Tell me about it.
All I can do is think about her in that place night after night. I mean, having to deal with all those bums and derelicts and hoodlums.
Yeah, well, if you feel that way about it, then why don't you do something about it?
Like what? Tell her to quit? I did that last night. It didn't do any good.
Well, you tried to get her to stop working for Eddie Lorimer once. I mean, it ended up your way that time, didn't it?
Oh, great. And now she's taken one step lower.
Yeah, well, there's something you might be able to do about it, you know, kid.
Like what?
Has it ever crossed your mind that Poppy's trying to be low class is because you make her feel low class?
It's pretty early in the morning for a kick in the teeth
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
you are the one who couldn't deal with the fact that she had a record. Tyler, she can see that in your eyes every time you look at her.
Maybe I do that to her.
Hey, look, why don't we just get ready for our meeting with the chief later on, huh?
We're not going to be able to cheer the chief up either. I mean, he's the one who told us we were crazy to get involved in this case in the first place.
Yeah, well, he's not going to like our little report. But come to think of it, neither is Dee.
Listen to me, Troy. I do not want you behaving in court today the way you did yesterday. Do you hear me?
Now, what'd I do? And I didn't do nothing. All I did was sit there and let them do all the talking.
Oh, yeah, you just sat there all right.
Yeah, and I did like the lawyer told me. I wore my nice little suit, and I felt like some kind of schoolboy.
Troy, I watched you. I watched you every second, and I saw that look on your face. That phony, macho sneer you gave the jury.
Yeah, see, I was just checking them out. I want to take a real good look at the people who were tying the noose for me.
You were not. You were sending them a message. You were letting them know how indifferent you were, how you didn't even care what they did to you.
Yeah, but what's the use of caring? See, they're gonna change what they're gonna do, because when they get in that jury room, there's gonna be two words dancing in their little heads, and it is cop killer and cop killer. That's all they're gonna care about.
Troy, how many times do I have to tell you, you can never be sure about a jury? They are human beings just like everybody else. And each and every one of them is hoping that something will happen so they don't have to send you to a prison cell.
Yeah, well, you know, I can tell them what that something is. See, I'm innocent. I mean, that cop was the killer, not me. You think if I tell them that, Dee Dee, they'll let me go home?
You're going to get a chance to tell them, Troy. But if you keep that Mr. Tough Guy look on your face on the witness stand... Troy, I have seen that look before. I've seen it 1,000 times when we were growing up. You used to wear it like a mask. When underneath it all, you were just still a scared little kid.
Yeah, well, see, I ain't so little no more, okay?
No, you're not. But you're still scared. And you're still trying to hide it. Troy, do you remember the time you got in trouble over Uncle John's old convertible? The time the Robinson brothers thought they would borrow it for a joyride?
Yeah, and they dumped me in the back seat and took me with them.
Yeah. And then they banged it into a tree and smashed up the front of it.
And they ran like hell and left me there.
And Papa bawled you out. And you had that same tough guy look on your face.
Yeah.
It was until you finally gave in and bawled your eyes out.
I remember that.
Well, Troy, you didn't do anything wrong then. You just got left there. And you haven't done anything wrong now. I know that. You're just a victim of circumstance. But, Troy, you've got to make the jury believe you like I do.
I remember something else about that day. You know, the day those boys stole that car?
What?
My little sister came to my rescue. No, my little future lawyer sister. You see, Daddy was ready to get at me with that strap, but you stood there and you told him how it wasn't my fault, how I was just an innocent victim. You were my defense attorney, Dee Dee. And you have been my defense attorney all my life, and I ain't paid you no kind of fee.
Hey, you just paid it. You just paid it in full. Oh.
Who helps you when sinus pain hits?
Sign off.
Who helps you when sinus pressure hits?
Sign off.
Who helps you when sinus hits? That's it? You haven't heard about extra strength sign-off?
No.
Sign-off has strength for sinus pain and pressure relief. Yours doesn't. All by itself, sign-off has more kinds of sinus relief than any of these. Now, who helps you when sinus hits?
Sign off.
I forgot to tell her. There's even a sign-off that can't make you drowsy.
I heard that.
You know, Ann, I had my physical today.
Oh?
Doc says everything's great, and I have a lot to thank you for.
Really?
Really. When I stopped smoking,
Mm-hmm.
when I had to lose those 20 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
cut down on fats and cholesterol, you made it all so easy.
For years, Dick and Ann have followed a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet, and Fleischmann's margarine has been part of it. Fleischmann's margarine, 100% corn oil, 0% cholesterol.
And you're terrific.
There you are. Your coffee is served, madame.
You're an angel. You're an angel. Did you tell anybody I was here?
No, your secret is safe with me.
Good.
I thought it would be best to be discreet for the time being.
Although I don't know why, because pretty soon they're all going to expect me to be up here, and I can't believe it.
Raven, I hope that you don't have vast changes in mind for the household here. I'm a creature of habit, you know.
Good. And he'll be a faithful husband.
Yeah, I'll be a faithful husband. It's just that I finally got the household staff to do things my way, and I'm used to it.
Baby, I'm not going to change things. I'm just going to make them better.
I know. It's just that it occurred to me that, well, because of experiences you've had with, for example, Spencer.
I'm not going to marry Spencer. I'm going to marry you. And believe me, you're never going to regret it.
Never. Never's a long time, Raven.
You know, when I first met you, I really was playing a game just to win my fortune back. But Skyler, I love you.
I know that now. And I love you.
And this is the happiest day of my whole life.
Crying out loud, where the hell is Cameron? He was the one who stressed the importance of us acting swiftly. He told me he had to give a full report back to Washington this morning. Well, I would think the top priority would be to open the damn safe first. Maybe I should give him a phone call to find out if there's any problem.
It's a good idea, do it.
Oh, thanks. Yes, Helen. Did you tell him I was busy? Oh, I did make an appointment? Derek, why don't I make the call outside while you take care of your other business, okay?
Ask them to come in. It's Tyler and Stoner. They want 5 minutes.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
It's all yours.
Morning, Mike.
All right, I can tell by the looks on your faces you two haven't worked any miracles.
Yeah, well, we did manage to locate that place where Joe Bulmer used to do his hanging out. It's a bar called Charlie's Nest.
But we weren't able to establish that Joe Bulmer and Ted Loomis had ever been seen together there.
All right, then you two can do me a favor. You can stop chasing your own tails around. It's a nice theory that Bulmer and Loomis might have been working together, but you're not going to prove it without testimony from Eddie Lorman. You know what kind of chances you have of getting that.
Yeah, about as much as that famous snowball.
Anyway, we told you we'd write up a report. There isn't much, but that's it.
All right, good. Now maybe you can get back to some honest work.
Right.
Okay.
Wait a second. What was that name?
What name?
The name of the bar you said Bulmer hung out in.
Charlie's Nest, why?
I thought that sounded familiar. When I was in the TCR this morning, I heard a call come in from that place. I thought it was unusual to get a call from a bar that hour of the day.
Oh, yeah? What was it about?
I'm not sure exactly. The manager was complaining that somebody had robbed the till. I think he said it was the waitress.
That's Pop.
This is New Orleans' world-famous Arnold's restaurant. We secretly replaced the fine coffee they normally serve with Folgers crystals. Our dark, sparkling Folgers crystals, rich enough to top off a fabulous meal? Watch.
Do you have more? I mean, it's delicious.
And a good, rich body and flavor. It was Folgers crystals.
I don't believe.
Oh, no. You mean instant? I would serve it at home because it's delicious.
I'd like another cup.
Folgers crystals. Coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
Hug me, squeeze me.
Mr. Whipple?
Huh?
You've changed. You're not out here saying, please don't squeeze the Charmin.
No one ever listened? Oh. But squeezing got you to try Charmin. The softness keeps you coming back. How soft is Charmin? Watch. Drop a fragile egg. But on Charmin it won't break, because Charmin's so cushiony, so squeezably soft. Charmin, the squeezing gets you, the softness keeps you.
Pardon me, you're using the wrong machine to soften your clothes.
I've used liquids in the washer for years.
You should use Bounce in the dryer feel.
Soft, but I need to control static cling.
Bounce does it better.
I like my clothes to smell fresh.
No liquid or sheet has Bounce's fresh scent.
Fresh?
Uh-huh.
Maybe I have been using the wrong machine.
And the wrong softener?
Thanks, Mrs.
Miss.
Oh.
Bounce, the right softener for the right machine.
Well, be careful. This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. Watch your step.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Missy, honey! Oh, are you a sight for sore eyes?
Oh, well, that's not the only thing that's sore.
Yeah, we just picked her up at the hospital. It's the first place she wanted to come.
Well,
I tried to talk her out of it.
Clint, you don't have to stay that long. I just wanted to come by and say hello.
Well, you better not. I mean, you better get home right away and get some rest.
Sid, that is all I've been doing is resting. I'm going crazy. Hey, don't let these crutches fool you. I am going to be off of these next week.
That's what they told us at the hospital. We get to burn these next week. I've already entered her in the 1984 Olympics.
Well, she looks like a winner to me. But why didn't you let me know you were getting out this morning? I could have come over and helped.
Oh, I just wanted it to be a surprise. You know, I like surprises.
Yeah, you've had quite a few of them, all right.
Sid, you know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this place, and I want to come back to work.
Oh, well, how about you giving up your old job for good?
Oh, Sid, that was a long time ago. I mean, that's when I thought I was going to be an actress, for Pete's sake. Anyway, they didn't hold that job open for me, so I'm here to apply for the old one.
Well, yeah, sure.
You don't look too sure. I knew it. Cliff, they don't want a broken-down old woman. I guess I'll just have to go to the old waitress's home.
Oh, no, honey, that's not it. It's just that there is no hurry about you going back to work. That's all.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. She just won't listen to me.
Sid, I made a decision while I was in the hospital. I've decided to give up my acting career.
You what?
Well, yeah, I know it's kind of a joke because I never really had a career to begin with. Sid, it's just that I am sick and I'm tired of banging my head against the footlights. You know, I want to start concentrating on something that I know something about.
Yeah, like waiting on tables.
No, the restaurant business. You guys, I don't have to be a waitress the rest of my life.
No, of course you don't, honey. You can be anything you want to be.
Sid, you don't have to say that. Long. I just wanted to come by and say hello.
Well, Mr. Cameron, very nice meeting you. Are you with the DA's office?
No, I'm with the government agency, sort of the big brother, the counter-espionage agency.
Wow, how exciting. Gee, I'd always thought about the CEA as being a secret, clandestine organization with all its members wearing disguises and operating in underground caves or something.
Now, actually, the great majority of us work in well-lit offices right out in the open.
Mr. Cameron is second in command of those offices, reporting personally to the director.
I am impressed.
Listen, the matter we have to discuss with you is extremely important and very confidential.
Well, you don't have to worry about being overheard here, but I think I've guessed what this is all about.
You have?
Yeah, this is about that Foley business, the fellow who took my friend Ian Devereaux's house, the one who kidnapped Raven, right?
Well, it does have something to do with the Foley case, but of course you have given us a statement concerning your part in that.
I had no part in it. A man who worked for me, Spencer Varney, did. He was the one who got Jeff Brown's diary out of the safety deposit box. That's what this is all about. You finally found Jeff Brown's diary, is that
No, unfortunately, we haven't, Mr. Whitney.
Mr. Whitney, do you know a man named Pascal?
No, unless you mean the 17th century philosopher, but I believe he's been dead for some time, Chief.
This Pascal has been dead for only 1 day. He was shot and killed.
This is his passport. Would you take a look at this photograph?
No, I've never seen his face before. What makes you believe that I might have?
Well, there were other documents found in the dead man's room, Mr. Whitney, documents which would seem to incriminate him as an independent espionage agent.
You mean a spy?
Well, that's a good word for it.
Among those documents, I found this diagram here. Take a look at that.
Well, this is my bedroom.
The only reason why Pascal would have a diagram like that in his possession?
I've got no idea whatsoever.
You've never seen that drawing before?
No, never.
Would you say it was accurate?
Well, it's crude, but yeah, I imagine it's accurate.
You can see here the wall safe is clearly marked there. Is the wall safe still there?
Of course it is, Chief.
Sky, we're going to ask you to open that safe in our presence.
You're going to do what?
I realize it's an invasion of privacy, but considering the circumstances, it's vital that we find out why this man Pascal was so interested in the safe. And since it may involve the security of the United States, we'd like your voluntary cooperation.
Now, make no mistake about it, Mr. Whitney. We have a legal right to ask you this. I have here a search warrant.
Do I know oasters? Say, my Osterizer blender is a friend in need. I use it for everything from soup to nuts. For peanut butter, fresh ground coffee, salad dressings, great coleslaw with controlled cycle blending. It has a speed for every need, from party drinks to frostings. I always get great results with Oster.
Oster, makers of the famous Osterizer blender.
Anybody's hair can look good with special lights and wind effects. But my hair is shiny, bouncy, healthy looking all the time. And it smells so fresh. That's because I go right to the shampoos, conditioners, and hairsprays from the professionals at Germac. Each one is professionally formulated to meet your hair's special needs, so you can get all the special effects you need with Germac.
Try Germac products, the trade secret for beautiful hair. Also available in fine salons.
On Ryan's Hope,
Arlie Ray Harris. Sweet 16. Took my breath and heart away. She still does. She always will.
Ryan's Hope.
All right, gentlemen, just like a couple of minutes to move along. My maid hasn't been in yet. The room's a mess. That's all right, Mr. Whitney, but it has to be this way. We're really not in only the wall safe.
After you, gentlemen.
Oh, I see the drawing was fairly accurate.
Yeah, I'd like to know how that was made.
I suppose it could have been made by a repairman or a handyman. It might have been made before you moved in, Sky. You came when Jefferson Brown lived here. As we assumed that Jefferson Brown knew of the existence of the lawsuit.
Well, yeah, I assume he knew about it, too, although it was empty when I moved in.
Yes, I know that. You see, I had this whole house searched when I found out that Brown had died in Switzerland.
What about you, Sky? Have you been using the safe?
Well, safes are meant to be used. Yeah, of course. I've got some cash there for emergencies, some papers, but
Mr. Whitney, if you would just please open the safe, we can let you get about your business.
As I was going to say, Chief, despite the fact that you have a search warrant, I've yet to see the need for it, and I want some pretty good answers.
Sky, please, open the safe.
All right. It's a combination lock. Do you want the combination, too?
That won't be necessary. Just open it.
Please stop right there, Mr. Whitney. Would you step aside, please?
You know, I want you to know that I consider this an outrage and a humiliation, and my attorneys are going to hear about it. Well, does your search warrant give you the right to go through everything that I own?
Is that everything, David?
What's this?
What is that, Mike?
See for yourself.
Norman, North, Norwood. The same paper. It's the same list of United States government intelligence agents. The same list found on Pascal's body.
David, what do you make of this?
It's a classified envelope. I've never seen one of these outside CEA offices. You're very good at your work, Mr. Whitney.
I see you brought cake, too. They're beautiful. How did you catch your cake so unbelievably high?
It's new Dream Cake. I used regular cake mix.
So did I.
But to the regular cake mix, I added Dream Whip topping and Jell-O brand pudding and pie filling for a cake that's higher than ordinary cake.
Scrumptiously moist. Lusciously light. I'll have dream cake, too.
Me too.
Next time I'll bring flowers. Or new dream cake.
Which would you rather serve?
Suddenly, I'm the best cookie baker, because I've got Jell-O pudding, the cookie maker. It makes my cookies
moister, chewier, yummier than ever.
Just follow the recipe. Add Jell-O instant pudding, the cookie maker, and your homemade oatmeal and chocolate chip cookies will be
moister, chewier, yummier than ever.
I'll bet your family calls you
the best cookie baker.
With Jell-O brand instant pudding, the cookie maker.
Tonight, watch a billiards expert sink 127 balls and topple 7,000 dominoes with one amazing shot. And a Frenchman careens down a mountain inside a plastic snowball on That's Incredible. Then live, exclusive coverage when the Miami Dolphins battle the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on ABC's Monday Night Football. Wednesday, The Unforgivable Secret on the ABC After School Special.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, high blood pressure affects over 60 million Americans. Is diet control the answer to this deadly disease?
Obesity is a risk factor for high blood pressure.
Or can new drugs be the answer? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Home video game. Which ones are best? Get a holiday shopper's guide to the cream of the video crop in the new TV Guide.
This is Stormfield. Coming up for you on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, we're going to tell you about some children who were seriously hurt when a school bus overturned in Brooklyn. Also about a housewife's 4 hours of terror and...
All these cartridges, there are hundreds of them. How do you make a choice? I'm Phyllis Eliasberg, and I'll help you choose on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News.
A special report, or we should call it a Siegel report. Joe Siegel looks at a historical look at our historical city. Join us at 5.
Producing Loris, the People's Quartz. Now all over America, people arrive on Loris time. Wake on Loris time? People bank on Loris time. People break on Loris time. Loris has it all.
And the next